Hey friends, let's do ramen noodles, but let's make it luxe and easy. So I have a very awesome cheats hack for making creamy lemon ramen noodles. And then I also have a very quick Tantanmen ramen. So this one usually takes hours, but my version is super quick. And then have you even heard of bacon and egg Mazemen noodles? Well, you're about to. Enjoy, my friends. How do you turn instant noodles into this lush bucket, creamy, delicious pasta dish? Well, I'm gonna show you how. This is my 10-minute creamy lemon ramen. All right guys, just a few little additions, just, a few pantry ingredients, and you got yourself like one luscious pasta dish going on here. Let's have a look at making that sauce first of all. So this is like a riff on lemon spaghetti, like creamy lemon spaghetti, but with a few kind of twists and turns here and there. First off, with the sauce, you wanna start off with some olive oil and some miso paste. Yes, you guys know I love this one. It's the salty umami kind of factor that I'm going for here. And now you want some lemon zest. And then some lemon juice as well. And of course, we need a whole bunch of cheese here because everything is better with cheese. That's what I think anyway. A whole lot of Parmesan is going in here. I'm not gonna lie guys, this is totally not what you wanna be putting on your Instagram feed right now. We're gonna heat this through, stir it around. It's gonna be a bit ugly duckling at the beginning, but don't worry, trust me, it will all work out in the end, I promise. Okay, so even though it looks kind of a little bit lumpy, it's just heated through. The miso is sort of kind of disintegrated there. So what I'm gonna do is turn the heat off and I'm gonna cook our noodles. And what are we going for today? We're doing some instant ramen noodles. So your little packet of convenience here. And we've got some little goodies in here. We've got some little vegetable flakes. We've got some little powdery spicy goodness here, because this is like a spicy one. Of course I'm gonna choose the spicy one. We might come back to those little additions later, but let's get these noodles out. And of course, because these are ramen noodles, they're really quick to cook, so don't overcook them. Get them straight into some water. And just kind of jiggle them around and push them around until they are just al dente. Yes, ramen noodles, instant even, can be, al dente. Fancy. Makes it sound fancy, doesn't it? Just cook them till they're a little bit chewy. Now the cool thing about using these ramen noodles instead of spaghetti is that this gets done so much quicker. Spaghetti takes way longer to cook. And just when I can see those noodles kind of loosening up, I'm gonna get them straight into that sauce that we made. Now the real secret here to making the creamy sauce is not cream, it's actually to use some of that noodle cooking water. Put that in, and that's gonna kind of emulsify and finish the noodles cooking and also give you that creamy sauce. I'm gonna add in some spring onions here too. Now you want the heat on here and you just wanna toss and swirl that pan and those noodles for a couple of minutes here. And this is where the magic starts to happen, my friends. All right, have a look at that creaminess. Oh my goodness. It's this kind of lush that gets me so excited. Okay, so at this point we want to have noodles that perfectly cooked, so they're not overcooked, they're not soggy. We want to have that beautiful creaminess going on there with the sauce. And if you need to add a little bit more pasta water, you can, but I think this is looking pretty good. Ah, look at that noodle pull, the steam, the creamy, oh my goodness, all the things. So dramatic. Who knew noodles could be so dramatic? And you want a little bit more cheese, because everything's better with cheese. Another little sprinkling of some spring onions. Okay, final little bits that are gonna amp this up completely. I mean, it's already gonna be great, I can tell, because it's just so creamy and lush, but a little bit more. Just take your little seasoning packet. This is like a nice spicy one, so it's gonna give us a really great hint of, you know, chili hit at the end. Hint of chili hit. Nah, I'm gonna put enough on here, it'll give you a good punch. And there we go. Like, I don't even think it's been 10 minutes. It's like 5-minute lemon ramen. Anyway, we'll put 10 just in case. I don't like to cheat you guys. I wanna make sure you can always get it done in the time. Oof, let's have a look. Honestly, that is like just comfort in a bowl. Like, you got the spicy, right? You got the spicy thing going on, you got the creamy thing going on, and then you got like that beautiful, like sort of citrus, lemon, like sunshine going on. Yes. Just yes. This is one porky, spicy and creamy. This is one ramen noodle soup version you guys are gonna wanna make. It's full of spicy pork, chewy noodles, and of course the most amazing broth. This is my version of Japanese Tantanmen. All right, so this one is like this awesome combination of ramen noodles with like a creamy, spicy broth, spicy pork. I mean, you know, all the things that I love. And it happens to be very, very easy to make at home. Everyone's winning with this one. All right, let's do our spicy pork topping first of all. Just need a little bit of oil and some garlic. And some pork mince. Just gonna grate some ginger straight in there. And now here comes the spicy. So Tantanmen is basically like a mashup of Sichuan dandan noodles and Japanese ramen noodles. So of course we're using a Sichuan chili bean paste, and this one is what kind of gives us the heat and like a bit of umami savoriness. Look, if you can't get a hold of this one, then go ahead and use a little bit of Korean gochujang. I won't tell anyone. You'll still get a really beautiful color and a little hit of umami. It'll be a slightly different flavor, but still delicious. Now to that, I'm gonna add a little dash of sake and some soy sauce. Now what we want to do here is let that pork absorb all of that tasty goodness in that sauce. So I'm just going to turn the heat down and let that simmer away until almost all of the liquid has been soaked up. So in the meantime, I'm going to mix up a little paste which is going to turn everything beautifully kind of nutty and creamy and just a little spicy as well. So to start off with, we need some sesame paste. Now this is a Japanese sesame paste and it's made from roasted sesame seeds. So it has a really beautiful, almost bitter kind of flavor and a very intense flavor. A lot of people say to substitute tahini for this one, but I actually think the flavor is a little bit more like peanut butter. So if I couldn't get a hold of the Japanese style sesame paste, I would just use some peanut butter. And after that, I want to add some soy sauce, some white vinegar, and a nice little hit of chili oil here. Now just give that a mix. And then I also want some spring onion here, and I just want the pale part. I'm going to finely slice that. Just mix that through until you've got a rather thick paste. Okay, now just set that aside and let's wait for our pork. Okay, so take a look at this pork. You can see all that juiciness has now been absorbed and we're looking really good. I'm going to just pop that to the side and we're going to get on to doing our broth. So unlike your usual ramen broth, this one is pretty much going to take the same amount of time that it will to boil your noodles. We just need to heat everything through. Just got some chicken stock. And some unsweetened soy milk. So this is also going to add to the creaminess in the finished soup. And just while that's heating up, all I need to do to prepare my bowl is just add in sort of like a heaped tablespoon of that paste that we made earlier. And now that that soup is piping hot, pour that over the top. Encourage everything in there to make friends. Now I've got some ramen noodles here that just going to tip straight in there. And now we want some pork. A little bit of greenery here. I've got some bok choy that I've just briefly put into some hot water. And of course, because for me a ramen bowl needs an egg, I need a little egg there. And then just a little sprinkling of spring onion. And there you go, guys. Wow, if that is not one joyful looking bowl, I don't know what is. Look at that. Look at the little bit of spicy red oil there coming off the pork and seeping into that creamy broth. Oh, tell you what, this is just like the ultimate, and so easy, so quick to put together. I mean, you know, so many ramen bowls take a long time, and this one is just super quick. I mean, let's try some of that broth first of all. Wow. I mean, it tastes so complex. It really does taste like you've been simmering that thing for like days, honestly. It's like magic. It really is. Some noodles, some pork. Wow. Now that is one really good bowl. Love it.
Sticky honey miso bacon, ramen noodles, soft poached egg. Oh, this noodle dish, guys, I tell you, you have to try it. This is Japanese mazemen, my version. So, mazemen, what is it? It is a type of ramen noodle dish without the soup. So it's a dry noodle dish, and maze means to mix in Japanese. So you kind of get all your toppings on top of the ramen and then you mix it all at the end. And we're gonna do a really awesome sticky bacon and egg version, which I'm super excited about. Let's do the bacon first. So I'm gonna get some miso. This is white miso or shiro miso paste. Let's get that into a bowl. And then some honey. And then I want some mirin as well. So mirin is a Japanese sweet cooking wine. It's a lot sweeter than sake and it adds a really beautiful flavor. So I love using this one in marinades. So I'm gonna mix that. And now for the bacon. So what we want for this one, guys, is some big lumpy chunks of bacon because they're gonna caramelize in the pan and get all sticky. So I've bought this kind of uncut, I guess, piece of bacon, or you could use pancetta as well. And I'm just gonna slice through to make that about 1 centimeter thick, and then just cut that into battens or lardons. Now just put all of those chunky bits of bacon into your bowl. Give that a good mix. And I want to leave these guys to marinate. It doesn't have to be for too long. We've got a few other bits and pieces we've got to make for our dish, so I'll just set it aside while we do those. So the next component of our dish is actually a very traditional element in regular ramen, and that is tare. And it's kind of like a seasoning that will add all of our salty and umami flavors to the dish. So I'm going to start off with some soy sauce, brown sugar, and again we're going to use some mirin, some sake. That's going to add a really nice flavor. and some garlic. And I want some ginger as well. So we're adding some aromatics here, which is going to really flavor the sauce. Just slice the ginger. Now I just want to bruise the spring onion with the bottom of my knife, and that will help more of the aromas and flavors leak out into our sauce. Just give that a bit of a mix, and we want to let all of that good stuff simmer for about 15 minutes or until that sauce has reduced by half. So the other element we want for our mazemen noodles is a really beautiful soft poached egg. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I don't have any fancy poaching egg techniques. My one tip is that you need to use uber fresh eggs. If you've got really old eggs, the egg white is going to be wispy and loose, and it doesn't matter what you do, that stuff's just going to go everywhere. So I have a nice wide pan of water and it's just simmering. And then I'm going to add some vinegar, quite a bit of vinegar. This is about half a cup for this pan size. And this is rice vinegar, but you can use white vinegar as well. Now just crack your egg. And I just want a gentle simmer here. Don't boil it too quickly. And then just pour the egg in. And I'm just going to use my spatula just to lift the egg off the bottom, make sure it's not sticking. And away he goes. Now, second egg. Now I only want these guys in there for about 3 minutes. I want them really soft so that we get that creamy yolk at the end for our noodles. Just lift those out with a slotted spoon. And just gently slide them onto a tray for later. And would you have a look at that bounce? Ah, perfectly soft poached egg. Okay, we'll leave those alone for later. Now let's have a look at our tartare seasoning sauce. That's such a beautiful combination. So you've got really nice, gentle ginger, spring onion, just a wisp of garlic, and then just that mixture of the alcohols and the soy sauce has created something really savory and beautiful. Yum. Now just strain out those solids. And this is way more sauce than you need for this dish, but I promise you, you will be adding it to all sorts of things. You can add it to stir fries, you can use it like a teriyaki sauce. It's a really great all-purpose seasoning. So now we're at the sticky bacon part. My favorite. So I've got a pan heating up, not too hot. I kind of want a lot of the flavor and the fat of the bacon to render out before it sears too much on the outside. So I just want a gentle sizzle here. And tip any of that marinade in there as well. That's gonna get nice and sticky. Now just let this bacon cook away a bit for about 3 or 4 minutes. Now I can see when I'm turning over the bacon pieces that I'm getting some really beautiful golden color on the bottom. And this is all gonna happen very quickly from now on. So watch, make sure anything doesn't burn, keep the bacon moving. Let's give it a toss. And now we need a healthy dose of finely sliced spring onion. Toss that through. I wish you guys could smell this bacon. Okay, that is ready to go. So now what you want to do is prepare your bowl before you start with the noodles, because ramen noodles will not wait for anyone. So I'm going to take a ladle of this tartare, and it's still a little warm. That's what we want, because I want the noodles to hit the warm seasoning in the bowl. And then I've got a pot of boiling water. I'm going to add in my ramen noodles. So I'm really lucky here in Bangkok. I'm able to get fresh ramen noodles from my local Japanese supermarket. But you could use dried, or you could use the vacuum sealed ramen noodles as well. The key here is not to overcook them. So just like fresh pasta, this shouldn't take too long at all. Okay, let's test out one of these noodles. Perfect, just al dente. So I'm going to take them out, strain them a little bit with my spider, and then straight into that bowl of tartare. Now we want some of that sticky miso bacon, and then carefully slide your poached egg on top. Oh, this is like the ultimate egg and bacon pairing. And I just want to drizzle over a little bit more of our seasoning sauce. Okay, and I've got some spring onion. So an optional extra here is what I call Japanese sprinkles, and that is not the technical name for it, but you can find these in jars at your local Japanese supermarket, and it's kind of like a rice seasoning, and it generally has things like dried seaweed. Some of them have bonito flakes. This one has a little bit of dried egg as well. I just find it adds like a little bit of extra something. So I'm going to sprinkle that over top, and there you have it, guys. This is one extra special noodle dish just for you guys who love noodles as much as me. So just like the name of the noodles suggests, we need to break that egg open and mix everything together. Okay, look at those noodles. Look at that bacon. Ah. Guys, this really is noodle heaven. That savory, smoky bacon, and the creamy egg, and that beautiful seasoning sauce is all mixed together to create something so magical. And I promise it's not rude to slurp noodles when it's Japanese noodles. Hey guys, if you want to know whenever I'm releasing something new and delicious, then you should hit that subscribe button and the little bell so that I can let you know every time something new is coming out. Thanks, see you!